Playing music at the age of 12. I moved to Chicago in 1941. My mom was already in Chicago, and she waited until she got a job at this railroad company, Illinois Century. And then she said and got me first, and one sister at a time. I had 3 sisters, so she said like this until she got us all there. One night I was on my way back to the house, and I passed by this thing called St. Paul. So it was in there, and it was picking guitars and rubbows and jumping around and singing. I thought it was playing the blues. I didn't know. So I went in, and I wanted to get down a little closer, so I went on down and got on the front bench. And I didn't know that that was what they call a mourning bench. When you sit on that, you get baptized. I told my mom, I said, well, I know what I'm going to be now. She said, what you going to be? I said, a blues singer. She said, how do you know you're going to be one? I said, because I was just over to this joint. She said, what joint? What's the name of it? I said, St. Paul. She said, St. Paul is not a joint. That's a sanctified church. Then I told her what the preacher had did to me. She said, well, now you're sanctified. I said, whatever it is, I got it. But, if you've ever been to a sanctified church, you see it, you will think it's a blues house, too.
Lord, I wonder what you got to do. A child, you know the time. It seemed like the hours. Everything done changed, but I hold my hand. Lord, I'm trying to make my woman understand. Everybody said Junior. I said, what? Somebody who do.
I made $5.50. I spent the rest of the money except the $2.50 I saved to get the harmonica with. And I went in and I talked to him about it. And he showed me that I could get the old standby, but I couldn't have the Marine band because I needed another $1. So I told him I'd bring it back. He said, are you kidding? I said, you're not but a kid. You can't get no credit in a pawn shop, So I just started blowing the harmonica. He went out on the other end of the counter and was talking to some other people. And about me blowing the harmonica, a lot of people stopped in front of the door. And they was clapping their hands. And I just got excited and walked outside of the door. They was blowing the harmonica. Then I stepped along the side this way. And he didn't see me. So he called the police and said I stole the harmonica. And they came and got me. And he carried me to jail. And when we went before the judge asked me, did I steal a harmonica? I said, no, I didn't. He said, well, explain to me what happened. And I told him. He said, well, now, let me tell you the rules of the law. Said, you didn't steal a harmonica as long as you was on the inside. You didn't steal it. But when you leave the premises of a place with an article and you haven't paid for it, or the man didn't give you permission to leave the premises with it, then you automatically stole it. He said, now do you understand what I'm saying? I said, yes, I do. So he asked me, could I play it? I told him I think so, and I played a little bit of it. They clapped their hands, and then the judge said, it's a shame sometimes that people get so excited over $1. So he asked the pawnbroker, would it be okay if he should pay him? So the pawnbroker said he didn't care, he just wanted his $1. So he gave him his $1, and he told me, now don't you forget you owe me $1. The first record you make, I have to have my record. And he passed away before I could get a chance to give him the record. But he had a son of his that was young like me, and me and him had met up and things like that. And he used to come around, and I was teaching him how to play the harmonica too. And the first record I did, I gave him one of them. And I think that made me a little bit more prouder. police officer was a friend of my sister's. He taking me over there, so he asked Muddy when they're taking a break, would it be possible if I could come up and play a couple of tunes with him? Muddy said yes. And he asked me did I know my time. I said I think so. He said well we give it a try, but we have to talk to Walter because that's Walter's amplifier, and this is this is his microphone too. So Walter looked over at me and said that little peep squeak. Muddy said yeah. He said well if you think you can do it, I said okay. So when they got back on the stand and started playing and they played some tunes, then Muddy invited me up. We became to be good friends, but Walter was much older and wilder than me. And Muddy used to tell me all the time, Junior, I want you to stop running around with Walter because Walter's going to get you in trouble. So he did one day because he had old Hudson. He took all the doors off of it. Didn't have no seatbelts in it at that time. So me and him flying around corners on our way to a Sunday evening matinee over to Miss Lola King's where Muddy was playing. And the police stopped us. And the police asked him, said, where you going? I said, I'm going to my gig. He said, where are your doors? I said, they're at home. I said, they're at home. I said, don't you know it's against the law for you to ride them down the street like that with no doors on there? Walter said, well, it's my car. He said, oh, yeah? He said, yeah. I said, well, you're going to jail. So I went to step out. He said, no, don't you step out. So you're going to jail with him. I said, for what? He said, for being so stupid. So I went to jail, too. Muddy came down and got us out. And Muddy, again, he tells me, you have to stop running with Walter. But I don't think I could have had a better friend. I knew everything Buddy was going to do. He knew everything I was going to do. So it wasn't hard for us to communicate with each other. And the other thing is that we truly liked each other like a brother. And there's so many people, as of today, they always want to know, what did you and Buddy have a fight for? What did you fall out about? We didn't have a fight. We didn't fall out. It was just the idea there was no future for Buddy and there was no future for Junior, and we should stay together. It's like Sam and Dave, you know. And the other thing is that they give you an hour show to do. An hour show has nothing to do for me and Buddy on the same stage. Because you had a lot of people, they liked the shows, but they always wanted more. Why come they don't give you more time? Well, we don't have no say over how much time they tell you to have, you know. So then we wasn't going any place that way. So it was just time for him to go do his thing, and I go back and do my thing like I was doing before.
Be your little dog, mama. Tell your big dog, I live so early in the morning, yo. Real man will never know. Look at me. I'm down and I'm out. Look at me. You got me singing flute. Get back. Don't hurt me. Give it to me. Let me get it like I want to get it.
I really like John Snyder as a producer because John is one of the best I've ever saw, and he's like the type of person that I like a man to treat me. He doesn't give up on a thing, you know what I mean? He consists on one thing. When you do something, he said, that was great, Junior. He said, but let's go do this other tune. We do that one, and he bring you back to that one later. He said, now, let's try this one again. And I liked it because a lot of producers, they don't care what it sounds like. All they're looking for is the money he can get out of it, you know. But John is not that way. And I'm so proud of him, and I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. We did the festival at Chicago, just me and Santana. And Santana had his group there. And my manager, Marty Sosman, was telling me about, I was getting ready to do a new CD with Tel Oxnam, and he asked me, could he be on it? I said, are you crazy or something? Would you want to be on it? He said, just try keeping me off of it. So he came and he was on it. And then I had Ernie Ritz. She came and she was on there. There was so many people, you know what I mean, just really wanted to come and help me out on this particular thing, but we just couldn't fit all of them in that really wanted to be there, but I thought it was a great thing. You don't have as many artists today as you had years ago, because the younger guys today, they're very much interested in rap, you know what I mean, because they're not really interested in the music that they're making or the whatever they're doing. They're interested in is just the money. And I don't call it a true musician if you're just playing music just for the money. I feel like you cannot sell yourself to the public out there if that's what you're playing for $1, because you're not interested in the public. No, you're interested in that dollar sign. So if you don't feel music, sooner or later, you can't keep fooling the public, because they're going to see through it sooner or later. So you might well just hang it up. So I won't do anything I don't feel.
Well, I hold my hand. Lord, I'm trying to make you understand. Everybody, let's say Junior's away. Hit me. Na 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 na. Somebody who do the hoodoo man.